So since there's not that many videos of people putting speakers on jet skis, I'm gonna make this quick video. So I bought these pods off eBay. Horrible paint job. I really just want to get the speakers on my ski. I plan on getting the ski repainted, so also get these repainted as well. And then that little damage I have right there. But I'm going with the Marine Kickers 6.5s without the LEDs. And then I found this on Facebook Marketplace, this whole kit for $85. I offered him $70. He took it. So it comes with the little receiver and 2 speakers I'm not going to use, a USB port, and then a waterproof phone case. So I really just wanted the receiver and the amp. So yeah, for like I think $170 I'm in. Besides the pods were 500 bucks. I'm gonna have like OEM speakers on my ski. So how I'm gonna do it, because I completely skipped that part, is I plan on putting that USB receiver somewhere in here, the storage box. I think I have to remove, well, I'm gonna have to remove the orange plastics again. I'm pretty sure that wire I can run down here where the rest of the wires are coming out from, next to the steering, in between the steering column, right in the center. And I'm gonna run, I saw somebody else, another YouTube video about it. I don't know his YouTube name, so I can't shout him out, but he drilled the amp right here, and I think that is a really good spot because the battery is straight down from there. And then since he drilled, it's gonna have some type of hose, but it can be hidden with, I mean, it's gonna have some type of screws that can be seen. It's gonna be hidden behind these orange plastics. So I was using this, I don't know the exact name, I would just say a little grinding tool to cut this out for a little receiver. The blade broke. I don't have another one, so I'm gonna try finishing the rest off with a knife, and I'll let you guys know if I could do it or not. So I got it in there. It might be a little crooked, but I don't really care. It's my personal ski. I'm going to run this wiring through the top half. I really don't want to take off the mirrors and the steering wheel. I'm gonna see if I can run the wiring without having to remove all that stuff and get it straight through here. So I didn't show this side, which I messed up on, but I'm showing you guys how I wired on the other side. So I'm running regular wire. These pods had a little hole in there, which also had a little hole in here where a screw would go. Let me see if I can get that right there. So I'm leaving that screw out. I'm running the wire through the pod behind the plastic. Now on this side behind the plastic, I would run it straight up into this little opening right here, and straight to the cluster. Behind the cluster there's a little opening right there. That's where I'm running all the wire through, so then it can come out right above here, which this is where I plan on setting the amp anyways. I was gonna run it through the hole of the steering wheel column, but then I would have to drill more holes, and I just didn't feel like doing that. So this is basically where the receiver is, aux and HDMI cord, and that's how it looks inside. And all this plastic is one piece, so I can't take it out and just work on it a lot easier. I would have to remove practically this whole plastic piece, and I don't feel like doing that. So basically this is what I mean. I ran the cables through that little hole right there. Let me see if I get the camera to focus. There you go. Once I put this plastic piece on, it'll sit flush like on the other side. Ran that wire behind the cluster, put it through right here, where the wiring harness for the cluster is. So yeah, that's how it would look. Okay, so we're basically coming to the end. I still have the receiver and aux cord and HDMI cord inside all cleaned up. The speakers are already screwed down and connected. Now, for some reason, I think I messed this up a long time ago, but it's not sitting flush. So due to it not sitting flush, it is causing my plastic to stand up just a little bit. And while I was tightening the inside, you see a crack right there. Now on the other side, it does in fact fit super flush, clean. Now I played a song before I had put everything together to make sure everything was working fine. It does work great. So now what I'm doing is I have to hide all this wiring, obviously. I'm going to connect this to the accessory mode. So when I turn the accessory or the dash on the ski, the speakers will turn on. I did not want to run a switch. I just didn't want to drill another hole into the plastic. And I feel like this is better because if I do have the switch, I will be more willing to run my speakers on while my ski is turned off. And I know myself, I will end up killing the battery and I will be stranded wherever I am. So I did end up putting the amp exactly where I said I was going to put it, right there. So I went to let me see them screws. You can't even, it won't focus on the screws. I went to Home Depot to find different screws with a nut in the back instead of just regular screws, because I wanted to make sure it was secured, and with the vibration I didn't want it to fall off. So I made sure I got an aftermarket screws with a nut, and I put Loctite on the nuts as well. Not too much, just enough to where once again with the vibrations it will not come off. So yeah, we are coming to the end, and I will give you a demo later. So I just tried everything, it works. I tapped into the fuel accessory, the fuel pump accessory. So when I hit the red start and stop button, it will turn my speakers on. If my ski turns off, this will run probably for about, the speakers will run probably for about maybe a minute before it completely shuts off as well. I already tried it. I will give you guys a demo right now of how loud it is with copyright free music. I wanted to see if the speakers will be louder than the exhaust or basically blur that out, which it does. Since I'm using copyright music, copy-free right music, it's not as loud as it can be. If I put another song, it definitely will be louder. So I'm pretty much done. That's exactly how I'm gonna leave the wires, all like that. They're not touching the floor, so if for any reason I ever do take in some water, it wouldn't damage any of the wires unless it surpasses the battery. But the rest of the wires I have tucked on top of that black foam or insulation right there. Amp is completely screwed in. Speakers are done, both sides. This is completely done. Yep, just time to put the cover back to cover and hide those wires, and we'll be good. So now those wires don't even exist. They're gone, unless you know what you're looking for. You can see them right there. Other than that, clean work. I will make another video. I do plan on buying that 260 over there under that cover. That cover is also mine, so I'm manifesting it. And I will plan on putting music. Now for that one will be a little different because the battery will be back there. The battery is back there for those type of skis. So I guess that'll be a problem for another day. I do plan on getting my seat restitched this year for sure. Starting to rip. It's an old ski. And like I said, I plan on getting the ski repainted from the bottom. Also those scuffs right there. And repaint the bumpers. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you like the sounds. Maybe give you guys some inspiration on how to do yours.